Bitcoin is trading at almost $92,000. Today's video is a little bit different. I just want to be a bit of a voice of reason and give you a few ways to look at what is happening in the markets, a few different types of indicators that you can look at to maybe help you determine when things are getting crazy overheated and when we could potentially just be looking at a cycle top in these markets. So if you like that, smash the like button. This probably doesn't get too many likes because I know it isn't very popular to talk about the potential of a cycle top being in. But as someone who has been here since 2017, who has seen the boom and bust in both 2017 and 2021 and here now, I am telling you again, we are not early to this bull market. I'm getting so many comments, literally like 200-300 DMs a day on social media, where people are saying, oh, the bull market is just starting. And when I make videos like this or I suggest that we are close to the final phase of this market, people are like, what are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. The bull market is just starting. We have Trump who's going to be president, is pro-crypto. The whole, Congress, cabinet is going to be pro-crypto. USA is going to be pro-crypto. We have stimulus. We have whatever reason under the sun why this is going to go on forever. On TV, they're talking about $500,000 Bitcoin and $1 million Bitcoin. Guys, the data doesn't lie. Human psychology doesn't change. So while things might be different in terms of, yes, we have ETFs now where Wall Street can get involved. Yes, we have companies buying Bitcoin with treasuries. We have countries that have been buying Bitcoin like El Salvador, but it doesn't change the nature, the human nature. There is, with any market, there is a market cycle. There is smart money that accumulates in the lows. This was at the bear market in late 2022 and 2023. That was accumulation phase. Then we have the markup phase where everything gets pumped higher. We've seen that already now over the last months. And then we get the distribution phase where the smart money that bought the lows, they're going to be selling when the stupid money, the dumb money comes in. And the dumb money, sorry to say, but that is retail. That is the average people who work jobs, who don't know much about finance, who don't know much about crypto, and who see the prices go up and up, who start seeing the stories about people quitting their jobs and making millions trading crypto. They see it on the news and people talking about $500,000, $1 million Bitcoin, and then they start to get interested. It's always the same thing. And the retail investors are the exit liquidity that are going to be buying the tops. So here's a few things that you can use to help you look at where we are potentially in the cycle. And something here that is a good metric or indicator is called net unrealized profit and loss. Now you can see how this works. It is derived from market value and realized value, which can be defined as market value, the current price of Bitcoin, multiplied by the number of coins in circulation. This is like the market cap in traditional markets, share price multiplied by the number of shares. Then we have the realized value. Rather than taking the current price of Bitcoin, realized value takes the price of each Bitcoin when it was last moved. So the last time it was sent from one wallet to another wallet, it then adds up all those individual prices, takes an average of them, and then it multiplies that average price by the total number of coins in circulation. By subtracting realized value from market value, we calculate the UPNL. Right. So as you can see here, the black line on this chart is the price of Bitcoin, how it's been going, and you can see it's almost at $100,000. We're almost 92 at this point in time. And the blue is the value of the NUPL, and you can see here at bear market lows, this always wicks to the lowest point, and at the cycle peak tops, it makes the highs, right, as you can see on the blue. And then you have the different color codings where basically in the green is a good time to buy when the blue drops into there. In the white, it's hope and fear. In the yellow, it's optimism and anxiety. In the orange, it's belief and denial. And in the red, it is completely overheated euphoria, greed. Now, what you can also see is this goes back to all the way to 2012. And you can see here in the previous cycle tops, we had the NUPL, the blue, dip into the euphoria greed, and that marked a top. Now, we had a double top here. So on the first one, if you would have sold, you would have missed out on that last little bit. But again, it would have still given you that indication that things were getting overheated. Then, in the 2017 bull market, you can see it barely dipped into the euphoria greed. Slightly just into it, that marked the top, and after that we had another bear market. Then in 2019 even, we went barely into belief and denial because that wasn't a real bull market. That was kind of like a middle cycle exit pump type thing, trickery, whatever you want to call it. And then that also marked the top when we had multiple months of sideways, and even the March 2020 crash came after hitting that. Then in 2021, you can see it went even lower than the previous cycle high. So the NUPL, the blue, barely touched. We can say basically it didn't even get into euphoria and greed before marking a top. And even though Bitcoin made a slightly higher high in November, you can see the NUPL actually made a lower high. So there was even a divergence present there. Now you can see in March of this year, 2024, when Bitcoin made a new all-time high at 74,000, the NUPL only went to belief and denial, only to the middle of it. So this time, it doesn't even get close to euphoria greed. And that means that this is suggesting a potential pattern here that every cycle, the NUPL reaches lower highs. It doesn't get into that euphoria greed. Now, that's no guarantee that this cycle it won't. Maybe everything is so overheated because this time is different and it does get to euphoria greed. But you can see here, the NUPL now is in the middle of the belief denial phase. Basically the same level as marked the local top in March of this year. The same level, very similar, that marked the November 2021 top at that lower high. The same level that marked the mid-2019 top at about 13 or 14,000. So again, it doesn't guarantee you exactly when this is going to be a top. It doesn't guarantee that we can't get to euphoria greed. But what it does show is that we are definitely 100% not early to crypto right now. We are not early to the cycle. This is the end phase of the cycle. And whether that lasts a month or 3 months or 6 months, nobody can tell. But just based on this alone, we're getting pretty close, right? Maybe Bitcoin has a crazy run up. Maybe it goes to 120, 140, 160,000. Who knows, right? But at the same time, this is a time to start getting cautious and also managing your risk. So the trend is your friend until the end. The trend is long. In this part of the cycle, the most amount of gains can be made in the shortest period of time. But at the same time, you want to be aware of where we are in the cycle, that you are not deluded by the fact that you're early or thinking that you're early and that this is going to last for a year or 2 years, that this is only just beginning. No, right? This should be the time when you are already positioned, when you're looking to maximize the last phase of the bull, where you make as much money as possible due to these parabolic pumps, and then you start looking to scale out, remove initial, remove profits, and maybe even cash out of the markets completely when your exit plan gets hit. That is what I'm looking to do personally. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a guy here on YouTube telling you what I think, so make your own decisions, consult a financial advisor, make your own plans, but this is what the data shows, and it's very much in line with what I've experienced in the previous 2 cycles. This is end phase behavior. We are not early. Now, you can also see this on many other charts. I'm not going to go through all of them. I just showed you the previous one, the NUPL, and this one also is a good indication. And there's so many more. All of that I share inside my VIP membership on a daily basis in the bi-weekly updates, newsletter, monthly updates. So if you want more information about this, you want to know exactly when I think the top is going to be, if you want that information, come and join us in VIP. The link is in the description down below. It is literally risk-free to join. There's a 60-day unconditional money-back guarantee. So sign up. You have 60 days to go through everything, get the updates. If you're not happy, you can request a full refund. And right now, you're still saving 50%. The price is doubling on December 3rd. So come and join us risk-free. The value is insane. And if you want to navigate this bull market right now, and if you're doing anything, if you have a couple of $1,000 at least in crypto or more, you need to be in my VIP. It is completely worth it. Come and join us. Link in the description down below. So as you can see here, this is from Ki Young Ju on Twitter. You can see he posted this chart over here, Crypto Quant, where you can see the spent output value bands from Bitcoin and look at what has happened previously. Again, the black is the price action of Bitcoin over the last, say, 9 years, since 2015. You can see the black is the price of Bitcoin since 2015, and then we have the spent output value bands, and that shows you the overlay. We get these spikes in this graph exactly around previous peaks. So we get this massive spike towards the end of 2017 that coincided with the bull market top. In 2019, we also had these kind of wicks, these kind of spikes here. Again, that was like mid-bear market. Nobody really believed it. So that was a bit of a scam manipulation pump, but you can still see we were getting those spikes. Then in 2021, in May of 2021, you can see the movement here, consistent movement as the top was happening, as distribution was happening across this top. You could see the spikes here on this chart. Same thing, lower high spikes here on November 2021, because in my opinion, that was still a very much scam and manipulated pump due to FTX and all the stuff going on there. That's why it made a lower high in a lot of indicators. But still, same thing, you saw the spikes. Then we see here, in March of this year, 74K all-time high Bitcoin. It had these spikes here on this chart. And now we are seeing it again. We're at new all-time highs. We're in the 90,000s. Again, we're starting to see this. So this doesn't mean that the top is here today. You can see it can go on for quite a bit as the price distributes or still moves higher, as we are in the FOMO and euphoria phase, in my opinion. But it is a warning sign that we are getting closer and closer to some sort of top or local top or maybe cycle top. So I wanted to share this with you. Again, this is not my opinion. This is the data that shows this. There's no guarantees, but we look at the past, we look at the previous cycle tops, local tops, and we have that data, we have that information. And you can think this time is different. Maybe it is, but based on the data, in my opinion, we're getting pretty close to some sort of local top or maybe even cycle peak top. And again, I don't know if that is another month or 2 months or 3 months or 6 months. We don't know. Historically, cycle tops have happened 12 to 18 months after the halving, which would be March or April, potentially, of 2025, or in an extreme case, October, November of 2025. Personally, I'm not too sure we have that long. I don't even know if we have till March. So anyway, just warning you here, sharing the data. We're long until wrong, in my opinion. I'm still long on crypto, but I'm very much aware that this could change at any point in time. And let's see what happens. Be prepared, manage your risk. And like I've said, also, this is a time to be aware where we are in the cycle and manage your risk and not look to leverage up and get more greedy as price goes higher, but instead, like Warren Buffett said, you want to be fearful when people are greedy. When all the masses, all the regular 9 to 5 people, your taxi driver, start getting interested in crypto and telling you we're early, yeah, the opposite is happening. They're the exit liquidity and we are late, and that is the time to start getting fearful. As they start buying in, I'm looking to sell. And in my opinion, the NEO chart, this is an altcoin that has been around since 2017. It used to be called Ant Shares. It's still around, believe it or not. This is a very good indication, in my opinion, of how these crypto cycles work. You can see here very, very clearly on this chart, okay, this previous spike, this initial spike, that was when it launched in 2017. It had a huge run up. That was the 2017 boom and bust. And as you can see what happened, guys, the bull markets look like this on altcoins. It started here, it had a massive gain, so if you got in, you could have had, I know people that had over 100x returns on this. Like, it's pretty crazy. You can see, like if you got in early in Ant Shares before it converted to NEO, insane run. But it came all the way back to where it started. So if you didn't take profits, you literally round tripped. You could have been up millions of dollars at the top, and it would have all gone back to exactly where you started. Crazy. And then two years of sideways. And then we had the 2021 boom and bust. Same thing. It had a massive run up. You can see here it went from the lows of about $4 all the way up to $140. So that's like a 40x. And again, then it came all the way back down again after the bull market was done. Now we've been trading sideways since middle 2022. You can see here very clearly what is happening. It's been trading exactly in this accumulation phase. So I do expect this to repeat one more time. So we're getting closer and closer to parabolic pumps in altcoins. We've been seeing it on some of the older coins like XRP, XLM, Cardano. They're all starting to move. We've seen 50%, 100% moves in these coins. So when NEO starts to move, and I've set some alerts, I do think that this could be a potential target here, this previous high here at about 67. I don't know how high it's going to go. It seems to be making lower highs every cycle. We have one high, we have a lower high, and since this coin is really a dinosaur coin from 2017, I would probably expect it to again make a lower high. Whether that's 60 or 100 or 120, I don't know. But once we start to see a move up like this where it goes parabolic, that will be also an indication for me to start to be cautious and potentially look for a top here. So the nice thing is that we still haven't gone parabolic on coins like this, which makes me think that we still probably have several weeks left. We're in the middle of November now, so we might have until the end of December or maybe until middle January, something like that. Again, it depends. We keep watching this on a day-to-day basis. We set alerts and we see what happens. And as it starts hitting those alerts and as it starts going more parabolic and as the various other charts and metrics, like I've shown you earlier in this video, start to become more and more overheated, then it gives us a better indication of when it might be time to take profits and maybe even when to get out of the markets completely. Because as you can see here, very, very clearly, you need to take profits on altcoins because this pattern repeats over and over in basically all the altcoins. It has a massive pump, and if you don't take profits and you don't sell, it comes all the way back down. Altcoins are different to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, if you buy and hold that, so far the history has shown that as long as you hold it, eventually it makes new all-time highs. But with most altcoins, that is completely not the case. Actually, it just makes lower highs every cycle, and it completely retraces the entire pump and probably eventually goes to zero as the coin has a much higher chance of failure. As the project fails, as the founders run out of money, as they become irrelevant, as technology changes, as new competitors come in, a lot of these altcoins are probably all down the line eventually going to zero or just fade into irrelevancy over time. So please be aware of that. If you enjoyed this video, make sure smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, follow my pages, share this with a friend, share it on social media. And if you want more of this real-time data, I'm updating inside my Discord every day. If you want to know when I'm going to sell, if you want to know what I'm looking at and when I think the time is right and when I'm going to sell all my crypto, all my altcoins, I will share that in my VIP in Discord. Come and join us. The link is in the description down below. There's a 50% discount for the next 2 weeks. I'm doubling the price on December 3rd, and you have a full 60-day risk-free guarantee. So worst case, you sign up, you come and join, you go through all the courses, you get the updates. If you're not happy, you can request a full refund within 60 days. Best case, you sign up, you maximize the bull market, you make life-changing gains, you make friends in VIP, you learn new skills, and it's the best decision you'll ever make. Come and join us in VIP. Link in the description down below.